Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome back to my channel, my loverlies. If you've never been here before, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I am so happy you found me. I do so hope that you will like and subscribe before you leave. Become part of the Mama family. Mama's got your back, at least where makeup's concerned, and definitely when that makeup is cheap. Today is New Makeup Monday. I am so excited. Guys, I placed an absolutely gigantosauric order from ShopMiss, and I bought one of everything that was new. There have been so many new releases on the site, and I'm so excited. I actually have a couple of them on my face right now. Guys, they just released a bunch of single shadows. They're $1 a piece, and I bought basically all of the colorful ones, so we're gonna go through each and every one of them. We're going to see what's good, what's not. I also bought a magnetic palette as well. So this was the magnetic palette that I bought. Absolutely the most cute, adorable little thing ever. This was $4. But a lot of times they have like those 11% off sales, and you can get it even cheaper than that. Super, super cute. We're going to try and build our own palette. This is a really nice quality Z palette. Like, it feels heavy. It feels sturdy. It's not just like cheap, flimsy cardboard. This is nice. And on top of that, it's got a full-size mirror in it. So, yeah, and this was $4. And then I unboxed most of the single shadows and put them in an empty Morphe palette that I had, just because they each come individually packaged, and it would have been a lot of it would have been a lot of unwrapping had I left them all in the packaging. So I just went ahead and took 99% of them out of the packaging. I did leave one unboxed though, just so you could see how they come. But this is basically everything that I bought. We're gonna go through everything. I honestly didn't spend that much money comparatively. So I ended up spending about 50 bucks, but I got so much stuff. So definitely don't regret spending that much money at all. And on top of that, the kind of highlights of this entire order are these eyeshadows. And y'all, when I tell you, they have surprised me. Oh my goodness gracious, they have surprised me. So this is how they come. This is the shade Penelope. It's a really beautiful, soft purple shade, but they come in their own little cardboard boxes. You have the names of the shades in a couple of different places. So you have the names of the shades on the top of the packaging. You have it on the sticker of the back of the packaging. And then once you open it up, it comes just like it's basic single shadow packaging, right? They all pretty much come in the same standard kind of setup, but this is the little plastic sleeve it comes in. You open it up. This is why I didn't do this all on camera, because they're very secure. They're very secure and a little bit difficult to get open, but once you do get them open, this is the single shade, and then you have also the name of the shade on the back as well. So if you throw the packaging away, which is what I'm going to do, when you throw the packaging away, you still know the name of the shade because it's on the sticker on the back, which I, as a I don't know, am I a YouTuber? Am I content creator, makeup reviewer? It just helps to know the name of the shades that I'm using. So I'm going to go ahead and slip this into my palette, and I'm going to show you guys all the shades that I got. So in total, I got 29 different shades. So all of these are the shades that I got from ShopMiss. These ones over here are some single shadows that I got from Colored Rain, which are fabulous as well. But we're focusing on these ones today. So these are all the shades that I got. In total, I got 29. I really focused. I tried to get a pretty even mix of mattes and shimmers, but as a whole, there seemed to be more shimmers than there were mattes to choose from. But I basically just went through everything and picked the most beautiful, colorful shades that I could find. This is not all of the shades that they have available. There are a ton. There's a lot more. They have a bunch of really beautiful browns and neutral nude colors. Super, super pretty. But I have plenty of nudes, and I really just wanted to test out the colorful formulas. a lot of times colors are more difficult to formulate than neutrals are, and I really wanted to put these to the test. So I am wearing quite a few of these on my eyes today. This is the eye look that we have going on. I do have a TikTok and a reel coming on this look very, very shortly. So if you're interested, make sure you guys are following me on all my different platforms, just in case you ever like miss me. That way you don't have to worry about trying to find me. But I do post looks every single day, fun content every single day. If you're following me everywhere, you don't have to worry about missing a single second of it. I'll have all of my other tags in the description box. So these are all the shades that I purchased. So I have shades. I used shade Heartache. So this is this really beautiful kind of periwinkle, like periwinkle smoky kind of blue color, right? It's kind of purple, kind of blue, really beautiful. I have this through my transition area. So this shade was not the most amazing. I found that it got just a little bit muddy. It's still a really beautiful shade, and they swatch beautifully as well. Super, super pretty. A very pretty shade. They blend beautifully. It just got a little bit murky. If I don't know, if you over blend it, it just kind of loses a little bit of its pigmentation, but I do think it looks beautiful through my crease. I'm also wearing the shade Terracotta, which is this one right here, an absolutely stunning, bright, vivid orange. I have this, as you can see, through my upper transition. This shade worked absolutely beautifully. Blended effortlessly, gorgeous, smooth, not patchy, not just a really great standard matte eyeshadow. Now, are these like the most amazing eyeshadows that I've ever used in my life? No, they are not. It is... Oh, I'm trying to get my makeup remover. It is not a bad eyeshadow formula by any means. I am, like I said, incredibly impressed, especially for these being $1 eyeshadows. They're not the absolute best that I've ever worked with, but they're like very, very good standard drugstore quality. So, I mean, even a little bit better than drugstore, if we're really being honest, just because the pigmentation is there. So I do want to swatch these for you, but I have to make sure that I have something to clean my fingers off on. So the shade Terracotta, this one right here, super, super pretty, beautifully pigmented. I'm also wearing the shade, this is the shade Royalty, which is a really beautiful, deep, rich blue. Super, super pretty. I have this on the outer corners of my eye. I'm also wearing the shade, what is this shade called? This is the shade DTE. So a super, super beautiful kind of grassy green color. This one, again, was not the best performing. I think the pigmentation on this lacks just a little bit. So not my favorite shadow that I used today. A really beautiful color, but again, it's more of a packing shade, not a blending shade. So if you get this, pack it on. I think it's great for $1. You just really have to pack it on and not move it around too awful much. But it blended beautifully, too beautifully, kind of blends away. But really, really beautiful color. I'm also wearing the shade, what is this? This is the shade Award. Now, we're getting into the shimmers now, and I have to tell you that the shimmers really impressed me. Overall, I think that the shimmers are better. They are a better formulation than the mattes are. And I really went kind of heavy on the shimmers, just because in my collection, I really have many more mattes than I do shimmers. So I was really just kind of looking to stock up on really beautifully jewel toned kind of shimmers. This is the shade Award. And when I tell you, this is what I have on my brow bone and inner corner. This is a really beautiful, very light champagne-y gold color. The shimmers are stunning. They're beautifully pigmented. They have a little bit of it's this one right here. They have a little bit of a richness to them, a creaminess that is just, they feel much more high quality than the dollar eyeshadows that they are. I'm also wearing the shade Bunny, and this one is so good. So this is a gorgeous bright yellow. It is not gold, it's not bronze, it is a bright yellow shimmer, and it is absolutely beautiful. I have this on the center of my eye for a little bit of a spotlight effect. That's what it looks like on the finger. and that's what it looks like swatched. A really beautiful, bright yellow, happy kind of shimmer. Now, the thing with the shimmers is they're a pretty sheer formula. So they're not super opaque, at least some of them aren't. There are shimmers in here that have beautiful opacity. But for the most part, I noticed that the lighter shades, like this one, Ice Queen, is one of my favorites. So this is the shade Ice Queen, and this is such a beautiful, the shimmers, look at that. It's super, super icy. Really, really gorgeous. That's what that looks like. It's got a nice amount of opacity to it, but it's still pretty sheer, and it's got this beautiful icy reflect to it. Super, super beautiful. Highly, highly recommend this one. But I did notice that a lot of the lighter shimmers have quite a bit of like sheerness to them, but that doesn't upset me at all because that makes them beautiful highlight and topper shades. So this is the shade Elsa. This is a gorgeous kind of like bright, vivid silver. It is just so, so beautiful. And again, there is just that slight bit of sheerness to it, but this one I would say has more opacity than some of the other ones that I've swatched. And then we have the shade Nova. Now, Nova and Elsa look very, very similar. But this one, the shade Elsa, has a little bit more of an iciness to it. It's a little bit lighter. And the shade Nova, I would say, is more of like a gunmetal silver. It has a little bit more opacity to it. Can you see that? They're super, super similar. And I did notice that with a lot of the shades, they look pretty different on the website, but in reality, they're very, very similar, especially when it comes to a lot of the like more bluey green kind of colors. And I will compare them in just a second, but I kind of want to highlight a couple of my favorite shimmer shades. Then we have the shade Award, or this is the shade Trophy, and this is quite possibly my favorite shimmer of the day. It is just so rich and so opaque. It is a gorgeous, true, like jeweled gold. Like, oh, it is absolutely everything. Super, super opaque as well, incredibly pigmented, really, really gorgeous. That again was the shade Trophy. I love that so, so much. I also really, really enjoy the shade Kingston, which is this gorgeous, rich kind of purple color. More of like an eggplant, but it's more of like, it's slightly metallic, but more satiny metallic. It's not really reflective so much as it is just kind of smoothing. But beautiful opacity on this one as well. And you can see there's not much of a reflect or a sheen on there, but it goes on with such a beautiful, smooth kind of satiny consistency. Really, really pretty. This shade Gemini is so pretty. This is a gorgeous, kind of like pinky purple fuchsia color. Make sure I'm swatching with clean fingers. But again, this has that same kind of consistency. It does have a little bit more of that metallic sheen to it. Again, beautifully opaque. So pretty. But again, you can see it's just got that little bit of a sheerness to it. They all have that. As opaque as some of them look when you pack them on, when you kind of blend them out and kind of sheer them out a little bit, they have this really beautiful kind of wash of color kind of effect that I think is very, very pretty. We have the shade Champers. This is a gorgeous, like, golden peach color. This is so pretty. I was very, very surprised when I swatched this. It has the most beautiful, like, pinky peach kind of color to it. I love colors like this. It is absolutely... So that's the shade Champers. And look, it's got kind of like a duochromatic effect to it. It's got a little bit of a golden reflect to it with this really beautiful pigmented pinky peach shade. This is absolutely incredible. Guys, overall, I think that these are really great quality. I am very excited about each and every one of these. I'm not unhappy with any of the shades that I purchased today. I do think that if you wanted to like build your own palette, or just kind of like experiment with new colors, things like that, I think this is a really fantastic option for that. They are incredibly inexpensive. They're really great quality. I mean, especially when you factor in the fact that they're only $1, I think, and I was able to get this look using just these shadows today. Guys, I think they're phenomenal. It definitely makes me want to go back and really kind of check out what else they might have, and really keep my eye out for any new shades that they might release. I really wasn't expecting to like these as much as I do, but it makes me so happy. You know, I love being surprised, and I love, like, you know, kind of being proven wrong even. I wasn't expecting these to be very good. And to put these on my eye and be able to get such an amazing, pretty effortless kind of eye look for $1, guys, you cannot beat it. And I thought it was so much fun to be able to build my own palette as well. I know that there are a couple of different companies that offer the build your own palette experience, but I know it's also pretty expensive. And we're coming up on Christmas now, and not all of us have all that kind of money to be spending. I know a lot of us are pinching pennies right now, trying to make sure that we have Christmas money saved up. So this is just great. This is so great. I am very excited about these. Overall, I think that the shimmers are fantastic. I think that if you like really beautiful, slightly sheer metallic shades, I think they are great. Now they're nothing special. They're nothing spectacular. There's no like super interesting textures or anything like that, but they are straight up metallic and matte shadows, but they're good quality, super good quality. And if you want to pick up one of the Z palettes, they go on sale all the time as well. The Z palettes are really fantastic quality as well. I was doubting this as well. I should know better than to doubt ShopMiss A. I should know better by now. But this was much better quality than I was expecting it to be as well. So yeah, super excited with the single shadow experiences that I've had so far. And I think the colors are so pretty. Like I said, though, a lot of them are super similar, especially these teal tones, and a lot of the blues are super similar. So just be aware when you're checking out and putting things into your basket. Just be aware that you're not kind of doubling up on things, because if I did have it to do over, I probably would have skipped on a couple of these just because they're so similar on the eye. It's basically like having duplicates of the same shade. So just be aware of that when you're making your purchase. But other than that, really great quality. And I know I've been so interested and intrigued with these since they released the single shadows. So I'm so happy that I finally just kind of bit the bullet and went for it, because I do not regret it at all. Speaking of, my ears are popping terribly. Speaking of, you guys know I bought I spent a little bit of money, but I really wanted to check out everything that was new. And when it comes to ShopMiss A, I place orders with them so infrequently. Well, not infrequently, but I try to place an order every like 3 or 4 months when I've got enough to place an order, because you have to get to like $34 to get free shipping. I definitely got free shipping, but I picked up a couple of new brushes this time. And I know you guys have heard me talk about the ShopMiss A brushes before. I absolutely adore them. Trying to get all the brushes that I got. I absolutely adore the ShopMiss A brushes. They are some of my absolute favorites. This one in particular, this is the AOA, what is this? It's the E124, 123. E132. So this is my absolute favorite teeny tiny detail blender. It is absolutely perfect in every way, shape, and form. I've had some of my older ones for like years, and they don't shed, they don't break on me. They're just really great quality. The price on these has gone up just a little bit. I think they're like $1.55 now, and there is very little left on the website that is actually only $1 anymore. Inflation has hit ShopMiss A, and most of their products have gone up to like $1.55 now, but that's okay because it's still super affordable. But these brushes are worth every single cent. So I got 2 of the E132s, and then I got 2 of the E130s. So these are just the next biggest size up. So these are the teeny tiny blenders. These are the small fluffy blenders. Both of these are so perfect, especially if you have smaller eyes or hooded eyes. They just make it really easy to like do precise work. I do enjoy a big fat fluffy blender, but when I'm trying to do work on my outer corner or inner corner or trying to do crease work, I really need something that's a bit smaller and a little bit more detail oriented, and these brushes are perfect for that. Now, I did pick up a couple of new brushes that I've never tried before, and I have kind of been eyeing these since I spotted them the first time. It's been a while, but these are $2, so they're $1 a brush. The price on these has not raised, which is another reason I picked them up. I was like, they're going to end up raising sooner rather than later. You just need to pick them up while they're still cheap. So this is the Pointed Precision Brush bundle. And you get 2 different brushes, but I thought that the shape of these brushes was so unique. I had never really seen anything quite like this before, and I thought this would be perfect for concealer or even nose contour. So this is the AOA High Def Brush E106. This is so oddly shaped, but I think in the best way. It is a dual fiber brush, I believe. No, it's not a dual fiber brush. It just has a white tip to it. But this is a super pointed brush, and I feel like it's going to be absolutely perfect for getting up into the corners of my eyes or blending concealer around my nose. I think the shape of this brush is going to be super, like, come in handy. And then I got the bigger version of that as well. And this is the AOA F8, and this is just a big fat, big flat pointed brush. They are very thin and very dense. They feel super soft though, and I thought this one would be great again for doing any kind of foundation, maybe even doing like blending out cream blushes or contour. I just thought the shape of this brush was super unique. Again, I don't have anything like it in my collection, and I'm kind of a brush junkie, so I picked it up. Again, it was $2 for this set. I think, again, worth every single cent of it. I have never met a ShopMiss A brush that I didn't absolutely adore. I'm sure I will feel the same exact way about those. I also picked up a couple more of the ShopMiss A waterproof eye makeup seals. Guys, I know I preach how amazing these are all the time, but I'm almost out of the one that I've been working on, so I figured I would pick up a couple more while they're in stock. Guys, these never fail me. They have this incredible ability to mix with just about anything, whether it be a dried up eyeliner or a loose pigment. They bring the creaminess back. They bring life back to dead products. These are just absolutely fantastic. I do wish that they sold a bigger size of this, because these are now $1.55, and you know, you don't get a ton of product in here. But again, like I said, I've had this one for about 6 months, and I still have a bit in there, so it's not a bad value, but I do wish that they sold it in a bigger size. So got a couple more of those. I also picked up a new foundation from them. I picked up the AOA Pro Wear foundation. This is a full coverage foundation. I haven't tried this one yet. I really enjoy the AOA Buildable Satin Foundation. I have this one in a couple of different shades. I have it in the shade, what shade are you? I have no idea. Does it say what shade it is? Maybe not. This one is in the shade Sand. I think this one is in the shade Buff. But I have 2 of the satin foundations, and these are really nice. They do run a bit yellow, but they look so pretty on the skin. And they're kind of like, they're medium buildable coverage, but this one says it's full coverage, and I've been enjoying my full coverage here recently, especially for the winter. I enjoy doing a very matte kind of full coverage look, so I figured we'd test this out in a video later this week. I got this in the shade Buff. Super excited about that. That was $1.55. I also picked up, ooh, these I am super, super, super excited about. So these are their brand new plush blushes. These are the AOA, the Paw Paw Plush Blush Gel Liquid Blushes. These come in 4 different shades. I picked up 3 of them. I got the shades... They literally look like little nail polishes. I got the shade Nimbo. I got the shade Cumulus. And I got the shade Alto. They are literally little nail polish, little things of nail polish, but they're blush instead. It even comes with the like brush tip applicator. It is so weird. I've never seen a blush like this ever, but I think that the colors are so, so pretty. This is the shade Alto. It is a really beautiful like corally color. They're very sheer, but they have this beautiful kind of wash of color that I think is going to go onto the cheeks and look so beautifully natural. I'm very, very excited. It blended out beautifully and easily. It sets down 100%. It doesn't stay sticky or tacky. I also picked up, well, I got all 3. This is the shade Nimbo. I'm going to swatch everything for you guys because I feel like the shades on the ShopMiss website are not always as accurate as, you know, they probably could be. And a lot of times you'll order something thinking it looks one way and it'll show up and be completely different. So this was the shade Nimbo. And this one is more of a, I want to say like a bricky, it's like a rosy bricky color. That's what it looks like blended out. It's very warm. It's really beautifully warm. And I think, especially for winter, colors like this are so, so pretty. And then last but not least, we have Cumulus. This is the one that I think I'm the most excited about. This one has got that really pretty kind of pinky, mauve-y kind of tone to it. Very, very rosy. So that's the shade right there. What was it again? Cumulus. So this one right here. And then you blend it out. Yeah, this one's got that really beautiful pinky, red, rosy kind of undertone to it. So there are all 3 colors swatched out. This one looks more mauve. This one looks more like kind of pinky. And then this one looks more orangey, terracotta, bricky kind of color. They're all 3 really, really beautiful. I'm excited to try these out. I really do love liquid and cream blush. Oh, and for $1.55, you just, I also want to kind of see if they if they can compete with my, Wet n Wild, not my Wet n Wild, if they can compete with my LA Colors, cream gel blushes. I feel like the formula of these feel incredibly similar. So I kind of want to verse these against each other, because this at my local Dollar Tree is $1.25 and this is $1.55. So I just kind of want to see, it's like the battle of the liquid blushes. That'll be coming very, very shortly. Ooh, I also picked up, ooh, I'm dropping stuff all over the place. I also picked up a couple of their new shaping sticks. So they came out with some contour sticks, and I love contour. I love shaping my face. I love kind of chiseling everything out, playing with shadow and light. I picked up 2 different colors. I picked up the shade Nude and the shade Fawn. Guys, so this is the shade Fawn. And this is a really beautiful, still very cool toned, but this is what I would say is more of like a bronzer kind of color for my skin tone anyway. This is the shade Fawn, and it is super, super creamy. They blend out beautifully. It's got that little bit of warmth to it, but also enough of a shadow that it would help kind of shape my face. But this is the color that I am super excited about. This is the shade Nude, and this is straight up cool toned gray. This looks almost exactly like my NYX, let me show you. This looks almost exactly like my NYX Wonder Contour Stick. You guys know how much I love that thing. This is in the shade Light Medium. So this is the nude color from ShopMiss, and this is my NYX color. And you can see the ShopMiss is even cooler than my NYX. So I'm stoked. I am completely and totally stoked. If I like this, I definitely will be placing another order, because good contour sticks are hard to find, especially good cool toned contour sticks. A lot of times these brands, especially drugstore brands, will come out with contour products that are way too warm. They're bronzers and not contours. And this looks like a straight up classic contour. I am so incredibly excited about it. And the packaging is so adorable as well. You've got these cute little pink tubes with a clear plastic topper. Guys, they feel like drugstore packaging. We're not expecting like, you know, Kat Von D or anything like that. Super cute though. I love the light pink color. I am here for it. I also picked up one of the new, this is the, what is this called? This is the AOA, it is the Glow Within Illuminating Powder. It is supposed to be what it said on the website. It's a really soft kind of glowy highlighter. If there's anything I know about ShopMiss A, it is that they do highlighters so well. I got a couple of different highlights today just because I really do enjoy the ShopMiss A highlights. I've never used one from ShopMiss A that I didn't enjoy. This is in the shade Wish on a Star. The packaging is so cute. Actually, it's kind of almost better quality than some of the stuff that you get from from like Walmart. Even like this, maybe compared to Wet n Wild. I prefer this packaging over the Wet n Wild packaging, just because it's easier to open. It just seems sturdier. The Wet n Wild, I'll show you what I'm talking about. This one. This is one of my very favorite Wet n Wild highlighters. This is in the shade, it's the Mega Glow highlighter. I think, yeah, this is in the shade Precious Petals. One of the most famous Wet n Wild bronzers, Wet n Wild highlighters like out there. I love this, but the packaging on this is so cheap and so kind of flimsy. And I just think if you were to compare the two, I just think this packaging is much, much cuter. Again, this is the shade Wish on a Star. That feels nice. That's what it looks like. It's a really beautiful, it is a really beautiful light, soft gold color. And that's what it looks like swatched. I mean, what sorcery is this? What magic lets them make products like this and sell them for under $2? That's it blended out just a little bit. Guys, this is absolutely stunning. I'm in love already. And it also has just a little bit of like a, I want to say like a duochromatic effect to it. It almost looks like there might be just a little bit of like a soft peach in there somehow. I might just be seeing things, but that is beautiful. It's not enhancing the texture on the back of my hand at all. That is absolutely beautiful. Speaking of highlighters, I picked up two different ones, two more. I picked up the AOA Powlighter. This is in the shade Galactic. Guys, I did swatch this one already and it blew my ever-loving mind. Now it is a loose highlighter, so it's going to be just a little bit messy. It comes in this cute, teeny tiny little container. This one is absolutely bonkers. So this one doesn't have that first one that I swatched doesn't have any glitter to it at all. It is a very smooth, very glowy kind of highlighter. Compared to the Powlighter, it does have, the Powlighter has quite, that's what it looks like on my finger. It does have a little bit more of that glittery kind of quality to it. Can you guys see that though? Look how beautiful that is. Even as glittery as it is, it looks much more metallic. You can see how this one looks much smoother and glowy and softer, whereas the Powlighter has more of that metallic kind of hit you in the face kind of like shine to it, which I think is absolutely beautiful. They're both stunning, but there is a difference. This one has that softer kind of lit from within glow, and this one is just straight up metallic goodness. I am so excited. And if you guys can, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it does have a little bit of that pink kind of undertone to it. That is so pretty. It's a really beautiful gold with a pink flip. So super pretty. Teeny tiny little jar of packaging, and it gets everywhere. So not my favorite packaging in the world, but I think that the product inside is super pretty. Which one do you guys prefer? Let's go ahead and do the last one, and then I'll ask you guys to let me know in the comments which highlight you like best. So this was the Glow Within This is the powlighter. And then I also got the liquid highlight. So this is the AOA Long Lasting Glow liquid highlight. I got this in the shade, what shade is this one? This is in the shade Golden Dream. Look at that teeny tiny little thing of, it is like a little mini tube. It's almost like a sample, but I've heard that you really don't need a lot of this to get the job done. So we shall see. It comes in just a straight up little squeezy tube. Let's take just a little bit on my finger. Oh yeah, that is pretty. That is very pretty. It feels very, very thin. That is so pretty. Wow. Again, not glittery or sparkly in any way. It just looks super smooth and glowy. That is really, really beautiful. So do we like the liquid highlight? Do we like the loose highlight? Or the pressed highlight? I think they're all very, very pretty. And they're definitely different formulas as well. I mean, of course, they're different formulas, but they have like different attributes, right? So that middle one is the most glittery and metallic. This one is just very soft and kind of lit from within. And then this one is just really beautiful and like smooth. It's just very glowy and very smooth. I wouldn't say it's super metallic, but it has really beautiful kind of soft glow to it. If you're not into like a big bold, like big bad kind of highlighter, I think that would work for you. I think that's really beautiful. It's not sinking into my lines or enhancing the texture on the back of my skin or the back of my hand either. That looks really, really pretty. Okay, I am in love with every single product so far. Oh, okay, so they released a couple of new lipsticks. They released a new lipstick collection, and it was the Everyday Nudes, I believe, and I picked up 3 of the 4 shades. One of them was just, it just didn't look like it was going to be a good match for me. But I picked up the shade Courting, and first of all, the packaging on these is so freaking cute. Are you getting Kim K vibes? Because I'm getting Kim K vibes. I think it just looks very, very aesthetic. It is very, very aesthetic packaging. It feels like nice, solid plastic packaging. It's not super heavy. The thing that I've come to expect from the ShopMiss lipsticks is they're just going to be cheap. They're going to feel cheap. The packaging is not necessarily the best out there. I do think they definitely stepped it up with this packaging though. I like the soft touch matte kind of packaging. It is really beautiful. Does not look like it's a dollar lipstick. This is the shade Courting. And let's swatch it right here. That's what she looks like. A really beautiful, super nude shade. I would say that's a little bit, it's a little bit peachy. It's a little bit of a peachy nude. This one is the shade Sweater, and this one is definitely going to be peachy. I'm so excited for this one. I love a good peachy nude. It's it is straight up peach. It is straight up peach. It makes this one look beige because it's so peach. It is fantastic. Love this. They feel very thin. They feel almost, they don't feel like a lipstick. They feel like a balm. It's a very thin kind of formula, and they're not super, they smell good. This one almost smells like peaches. That might just be in my brain, but it does have a little bit of like a fruity scent to it. So this is the color on my lips. Definitely need a lip liner with a super nude color like this, but I love, especially for like an ombre lip, like really heavily line the outer edges and then kind of ombre it in with this super light shade. Stunning. It does. It kind of like, you know, that smell taste thing. It smells fruity. It is fabulous. Love, love, love. That is, ooh, I like this. I probably can honestly say that this formula is my favorite that I've tried from their line, from all of the ShopMiss lipsticks so far. I think the colors are spot on. And then last but not least, I got the shade Bisque. And this one I'm super excited for as well. I really, really love a good brownie nude lipstick. And this one is just kind of screaming for me. Super, super neutral. And that's what I liked about it. It just sometimes when you're doing an eye look, and I feel like sometimes it's super hard to figure out what kind of nude to put with your eye look. A lot of times I just go bold, but when I'm looking for a super nude lipstick, you know, when I'm doing an eye, but I don't want to pull too warm, or I don't want to pull too cool toned, sometimes you just want that really beautifully neutral lippy, and this is neutral. The most neutral out of all of these. This one pulls a little bit cooler, I would say. This one's definitely warmer, and this one is like bang on right in the center, neutral, and I love it. Guys, these are fantastic. They feel super, super lightweight, very slippy on the lids. On the lips. These are definitely not going to be a long wearing formula. I feel like the minute you eat or whatever, these are just going to kind of fly away. But for $1, I don't mind to reapply at all. And I love that color. I love. So these are fantastic. I picked up a couple of other like little miscellaneous things, just because I always check. Because ShopMissa has these loose pigments, and I know you guys hear me talk about them all the time. I use them very, very regularly, but they're always out of stock. So every time I go on and I go to place an order, I just check, just for the heck of it, to see if they've restocked them. Now, they haven't restocked them in absolutely forever, but I must have missed the last restock, because when I went on, these were the only two left out of, I guess, the last restock, but they were colors that I didn't own already, so I was super, super excited. These are the Princessa eyeshadow pearl powders. Now these, guys, the packaging on these is absolutely just the most darling thing I have ever seen. I think they are so beautiful. They look like these little, like cut glass containers. They're plastic, but they just look so, so pretty. This is in the shade 28, and it is the most beautiful pink, pearly, pearlescent powder. I actually had this on the back of my hand when I started filming, and I wiped it off, but that's what it looks like. Guys, when you mix these with a mixing medium, they become the most beautiful sheer kind of eyeshadows, but they're so glowy, and you could use these as loose highlighters if you wanted to. This shade could very easily be a blush topper. They're absolutely fantastic. It is one of my favorite things about loose pigments is you can use them for whatever your little heart desires. So I got the shade 28, and then I also got the shade 8. And this one is just a really, really gorgeous, straight up pale golden color. They're just... And that's it swatched. Can you guys see that? It looks a little bit lackluster right there, but I'm telling you, when you mix it with a little bit of a mixing medium, they turn instantly into the most beautifully glowy, just kind of glossy. They almost look wet on the eye. They're fantastic. I love them so much. And then I picked up a couple of these ShopMiss pigments. So this is in the shade Crystal Ball, and this is in the shade Magic. Both of these are absolutely beautiful as well. I didn't have these in my collection, so I picked them up. So I now own the full collection of ShopMiss loose pigments. This is in the shade, what was this shade again? Crystal Ball, I think. Y'all, I'm so blind. Yeah, Crystal Ball. It is a really beautiful, very glowy periwinkle purple blue color. And then this is the shade Magic. And this is a very beautiful duochromatic kind of pinky golden color. Can you see that? Oh, they're just so, so pretty. And again, when you mix them with that mixing medium, they turn into the most beautiful, like you can make them as opaque or as sheer as you would like, but they just, it's like liquid metal. You can just paint it on your eye and it just looks so incredibly beautiful. I cannot. These things are absolutely fantastic. Not only that, but you get a giant thing of loose pigments for $1, and these are still $1. So yes, please. Yes, please. And then I picked up a couple of new things that I've never tried before. So I picked, well, this is not new, but this is the AOA Perfect Blush. This was in my last ShopMiss video. I got this in the shade Euphoria. This is the most beautiful, bright, like berry bubblegum color. Absolutely just Oh, I love pink blushes like this. These AOA Perfect blushes are they're just so pretty. They blend effortlessly. They go on. They're beautifully pigmented, not overly so that like you have to be scared of dipping your brush in there. But they're just so beautifully buildable and blendable. They're perfect. They are indeed perfect little blushes. Love this one. So now this is my third one. I do wish that they would restock the perfect blushes because they're so good, but the shade range is getting very, very sad. It's very, very sad. There's not very much to choose from over there anymore. And then I picked up these. Now, you guys know I love doing my nails. I do my nails all the time, but I do need to start giving my nails just a little bit of a break from the glue-on ones that I do all the time. So I picked up these. These are the AOA nail polish strips. It says instant manicure. I remember when Sally Henson came out with stuff like this. You remember the little square packs of nail polish strips that she used to sell? I don't know if she still makes them or not, but I used to love those things. She used to come out with the most amazing, crazy, colorful kind of prints. Love, love, love. So these reminded me very much of that. I cannot tell you if they're any good or not because I haven't used them yet, but I will update you guys in the future when I do decide to use them. I got 5 different packs of these. This one, I don't know that they have names. Do they have names? I'm not sure. Oh, Leoness. These are $1 a piece. So this is the style Leoness. I also got the style Springtime. I thought was super, super pretty. I got, ooh, this one is my absolute favorite. This was the style Tree Star. Look how pretty those are. This is the shade, this is the style Camden. Really pretty. I thought it would be perfect for Christmas. Oh, so, so pretty. I love plaid anything though. And then last but not least, Feline Fine. And this one I just thought was fun. It's got sparkles. It's got animal print. It's glam. Yeah, there's pink in there. I'm very, very excited. So I definitely will be using these at some time in the very near future. And I will let you guys know how that goes. And then last but not least, I got a pencil sharpener. Just the AOA pencil sharpener because I needed a new one. And then I also picked up a couple of the AOA just eyeshadow quads. I got the Flower Child one. I got the, oh no, I got the Flower Child eyeshadow quads. This is the shade Herb Garden. This is the shade Bird Watching. And this is the shade Indigo Child. So purple, blue, and green. I did swatch these already. The purple one was very sad. I was not super impressed with the swatches of this palette, but that is okay because swatches are not everything. They do look to be beautifully pigmented though. They feel really, really nice. So it could just be that they just don't swatch the best, and I'm definitely okay with that because the colors are so, so pretty. And then this one, the blue one, this one swatched so, so amazing. It really surprised me. So this one, you have 2 mattes and 2 shimmers. These ones feel a little bit more dry than the purple ones do. But look at the pigmentation on there. Just like, wow. Wow, right? And then last but not least, we have the Herb Garden. And these ones, again, feel really nice and soft and velvety. There's all 3 of those shades. Yeah, those are super, super pretty. So we're going to play with these at some point in the very near future as well. I like the packaging on these. It feels very, very similar to Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild, NYX, things like that. Just that kind of sturdy plastic packaging. But guys, that is today's New Makeup Monday. Please let me know, have you guys used any of this stuff? I know it seems like I got an awful lot of makeup and it's because I did, but they just have released so much new good stuff. And ShopMiss is one of my like guilty pleasures. I absolutely adore that website. For me, it's like an online treasure hunt. What is good, what's great, what's not so great. And honestly, there are way, way, way more hits than there are misses. I'm so excited about everything that I got in today's video. Guys, I love you so, so very much. I will, of course, list everything that I talked about in today's video in the description box below, along with the links to all my other socials. You guys know the drill. As always, no filters, no edits, no fancy lighting. It's just me sitting in front of my camera, playing with some new makeup, hoping you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. And until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and remember, you're important. Bye.